I just wanted to give a quick channel update. I'm working on another documentary piece, this time on an old-time fighter. For me, old-timer means anyone before 1980. I've hit a bit of a dead end with this one. I thought would only take me a few days, but this is kind of a strange case. He was a hugely popular fighter back in the day, especially on his local circuit, and got a lot of press coverage during his heyday. But the moment he stepped out of the ring, it's like he vanished, totally memory hold. Um, Now, that's not unusual for fighters from pretty much any era, but what is unusual is that his passing seems to have gone completely unnoticed at the time, and he was a local hero. He passed away in 2008. No tributes, no obituaries, nothing as far as I can tell. There are a few Facebook mentions and tributes, but the earliest one I found is from 2021. So, that's the thing about making these videos. Sometimes we can trace an entire life, the highs, the falls, what happened after the cheering stopped. And sometimes all that's left is silence. It's hard to research. It's hard to research what happened to a fighter in his later years sometimes. But I'll elaborate more on that in a few days. In the meantime, I'm posting a pair of old fights, so YouTube knows the channel is still live. First up, Roger Mayweather versus Joe Rivera. I don't see this one anywhere else on YouTube, and Mayweather is always a treat for the purists. This was Mayweather's first fight back after being stopped by Julio Cesar Chavez 9 months earlier, a bit of a long layoff for him. There was talk about a possible matchup with Buddy McGirt at Madison Square Garden, should he get a win here. In the opposite corner is Joe Rivera, a native of San Juan, Puerto Rico. His claim to fame was fighting a 15-round draw with junior lightweight champion Brian Mitchell in a title challenge, though he dropped a one-sided decision in their rematch. After moving up in weight, Rivera notched a solid win over Engels Pedroza, who at one point was considered a knockout phenom. This is one of those fights that really showcases how good Roger Mayweather was against the right opposition. That sharp jab, that command of distance. It's a great study in ring generalship and timing, and a reminder of why Mayweather was such a master technician.
I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. I'm cautioning you again, obey my commands at all times. Any questions? Shake hands, good luck.
I knew that there was a fighter in my hotel room before I got there because the towels had holes in them.
Why do they do that? It's got to be something else you can throw.
Very fashionable in the 90s here. I don't know. Roger Mayweather and Joe Rivera. Real test here, actually for both men. I'm sure Mayweather really wants to find something out about himself tonight.
Well, it is a fairly long layoff since the Chavez fight. And we pointed out that he's going in against a man who has fought twice for the lightweight title and lost a split decision in 12 to Brian Mitchell in 88 after he drew over 15 rounds with Mitchell. So even though this weight division, the junior welterweight, is not one where he's challenged for a title, we know that Rivera has been in with champions. Mayweather can strike so quickly, hence his nickname, the Black Mamba. There is the knockout ratio, and even though they're close in that knockout ratio, I think you'd have to feel like Mayweather is more of a knockout puncher.
Mayweather, a very patient fighter.
That Chavez fight, of course, turned into a nightmare for Mayweather. He was doing what he wanted to do, good uppercut, boxing well against Chavez. In truth, I mean, fighters use it as an excuse, but I got to tell you, hey, the deck was stacked against him that night. He didn't get any help from the referee. The crowd was against him. Yeah, when I saw the scoring of that fight later, I'll tell you.
He said he cramped up, and that was really the reason. He said he cramped up in the 6th round, actually, and the fight went on to the 11th. Matter of fact, he said he didn't hear that he was warned a couple of times for holding. He said he didn't hear the referee warn him for holding, and so he didn't know that he had lost points. He said he didn't eat for 2 days before the fight, even though he had made weight already. In fact, he was under the weight. He came in at 138.
Except for that, everything was perfect. We'll see. He's starting off in this bout very workmanlike fashion, doing the things that Roger Mayweather is supposed to do, landing his jabs, throwing good uppercuts. Hasn't gotten the straight right hand in as well yet as he would like, but of course just one of his straight right hands is enough to do you in.
And the other thing about the Chavez fight and about the loss for Roger Mayweather is the most important thing is he's got to forget it.
Yeah, and he's been good at doing that. I mean, look, this is a guy that got knocked out by Rocky Lockridge in 1 round. I mean, just nailed. Then was back winning, fighting Chavez for the title a year later, and ultimately then winning a title when he beat Rene Arredondo a couple years later for junior welterweight. He has tremendous mental toughness, Roger Mayweather, so he can come back from those kind of disappointments.
Mayweather not doing a lot in his first round, but what he is doing, he's doing very effectively, and probably did enough to win the round. We'll be back. Working with Frank Tate.
Yeah, he was down there with Tate for the Lindell Holmes fight, and that didn't work out too well for Jesse Reed. Nice to have Miguel Diaz as the guy to come in when your trainer's there, because not there. Miguel himself, a very fine trainer, has worked with many fighters in this Las Vegas area.
And one of the good guys in the sport.
Very nice, very nice man. Dedicated to his craft, works hard. He's got a nice beat, easy to dance to. I give him an 85.
How about that?
Move on. And you know what? I think they should move into computers using that abacus the way they do. Just
that's right. It's
tough.
Acquired skill.
Makes it hard for him. The jab working very well for Roger Mayweather.
And that's exactly what Miguel Diaz told him to do. Work the jab, don't try to do much else.
There's Rivera, who's got a pretty good right hand. Not a one-punch knockout artist, but he's got a good right. He will need to get inside at some point in this bout, be able to push Mayweather around a little bit, rock him to the body. That's what you have to do with Roger. If you don't, you're going to have a tremendous problem dealing with him.
Short right hand really looks like a weapon for Roger Mayweather, too, and it looks like Rivera can be there for it. Mayweather just missed with it a moment ago.
I'll tell you, Roger Mayweather has fought a who's who. Oh, good straight right hand by Mayweather.
As advertised.
Yeah, and that's the kind of right that has been known to put people away.
And there it is again.
But now, let me start cautioning people about something. Against Freddie Pendleton, Roger Mayweather was landing these right hands. Freddie Pendleton didn't go anywhere, but the 6th round, Freddie Pendleton was able to come back. Joe Rivera is a spoiler type, just like Freddie Pendleton was. Freddie fighting this weekend on the undercard of Pazienza Camacho for the lightweight title against Pernell Whitaker. So, there, you see? If Rivera can weather the storm and not go down from those rights, remember, when the 6th or 7th round rolls around, he might have a better shot.
One of your keys to victory, the fact that Rivera, if he could take Mayweather into later rounds, obviously would have more chance. Joe Rivera is still here. That's the main thing, and he really didn't appear to be hurt by any of those right hands. 3rd round, Roger Mayweather looking very sharp for the first 2 rounds.
There's Rivera trying to use the jab a little bit to work his way in. A good idea. Roger with his left hook. And, you know, like Tommy Hearns, who boxes in a similar style, Mayweather has a better left hook than people give him credit for.
Take a look at your card through the first 2 rounds, shutout so far.
Oh, yeah, Mayweather winning those first 2 rounds and winning them handily. But I think it is really significant that those really good straight right hands that are designed to be finishers are not finishing Joe Rivera or even getting him in big trouble. Now, you know, Roger may continue to do this over 10 rounds and just shut him up, but he's not looking like he's not getting just a little bit closer. Landed that overhand right a little bit earlier.
There were some ringside observers here we spoke with before the fight who really did give Rivera a very legitimate chance.
Many of them felt Rivera could win this fight. Thought it would be an upset.
The right hand again there by Mayweather, but once again, it does not appear to hurt Rivera. They're good, clean shots, but Rivera just keeps coming. And there, that one did stop it.
Beautiful short right hand by Roger Mayweather.
So another good round for Roger Mayweather, who is building up a pretty good lead in points through the first 3 rounds.
in his tracks. Maybe the first right hand that looked like it had a perceptible impact or effect on Rivera.
Rivera definitely pacing himself through the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, he is averaging only 44 punches per round. Mayweather is averaging 60. So Rivera will need to pick up the pace if he is to get back into this bout.
Even though it looks like Mayweather's pacing himself a little bit too. There hasn't been a lot of frenetic action in this fight.
Now both men measured in what they're doing. Again, the chopping right there by Mayweather. Who, by the way, speaking of Pazienza, beat Pazienza. In fact, he beat Pazienza and Lou Duva all in the same night.
That's right.
Duva came at him to the bell. Took a couple rights from Roger Mayweather. There's the overall total in the bout from our punch profile. He has fought a who's who of the lightweight and junior welterweight and junior lightweight division. I mean, Arturo Leon, Ruben Munoz, Sammy Serrano, Rocky Lockridge, Tony Balcazar, Kenny Bazemore, Julio Cesar Chavez, Freddie Pendleton, Sammy Fuentes, Pernell Wick. You go on and on and on. Gato Gonzalez. I mean, Roger Mayweather has been in with just about everybody.
Again, Mayweather just...
Mayweather giving Rivera enough movement here. Oh, there.
Good right hand. That hurt Mayweather. Now let's see if Rivera jumps on him. Definitely hurt Roger Mayweather.
This fight is starting to look a little like the Freddie Pendleton fight, which Pendleton was able to get to Mayweather when Mayweather slowed perceptibly.
I think Mayweather is still not 100%.
I think his mouthpiece went flying with that right hand. I don't know. See, Rivera's in a good position now to throw that right, although he took a right from Mayweather.
Rivera has to be careful about getting careless now. A little swelling of the left eye of Rivera.
Well, that right comes so quickly by Mayweather. Rivera slipping that one, but it's tough to get away from Mayweather's right.
So Rivera did get a big punch in, but the question is, was it enough? And I don't believe it was. I don't think you believe it was either.
No, I wouldn't give him the round.
Okay?
You're okay, baby. Just relax.
You just relax and keep popping the fucking jab, and then the fight is yours. All you got to do is keep popping it down.
You went in every round. Just relax.
Breathe deep. Breathe deep. Big one. Big one. Big one.
Here's the right hand, Joe Rivera's best moment in this bout. Nice one. Although Mayweather pulled away to take some of the impact away. And maybe we'll get a chance to see it. Yeah, see? What a smart veteran. Turning his head away to absorb some of the impact. One of the best at that was Larry Holmes. And in fact, he fought a guy who was also good at that, Kenny Norton. And when they fought each other, they were both whistling right hands. And it was real hard to tell who was landing well because both men good at absorbing and turning away from the impact.
It's a real art.
It really is. Not easy.
We start the 5th round, and you have the idea that this fight, the outcome of this fight is not necessarily etched in stone at this point.
No, even though Mayweather's doing what he's supposed to do, we're heading into that portion of the fight, and that right hand was kind of an indication of it, where you expect weird things to happen to Roger Mayweather. It's almost like you anticipate.
That was a good left hand and another good left hand. That staggered Rivera.
But you know, I got to tell you, Roger Mayweather, who's a very good puncher, is landing some major league shots. And Rivera is not going down.
No, still not. Not stepping back at all. And he got a right hand of his own in.
You know, you look at Roger Mayweather, you've got to like the way he puts those combinations together. He's an exciting fighter, and I keep thinking of Tommy Hearns when I see him because they're so similar. That's what makes Tommy Hearns such fun to watch.
There's the right hand again. Wow. Rivera's been there for the right hand the whole fight, and again.
Mayweather looks at Richard Steele.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Steele said something to him or not.
Or maybe, I don't know, he might have thought Richard Steele should step in. Maybe Rivera's hurt so bad.
I think he is hurt.
Pull it back, okay? Pull it back.
I don't know why Richard Steele stepped in there to pull it back.
I'm not sure what that means. There goes the mouthpiece. Rivera's in some trouble here.
Yeah, he is. There's nothing wrong with it. If Roger Mayweather wants to do the fake bolo punch, it's okay. Oh, there goes Rivera down.
And a cut over the left eye. This fight isn't going to go very much further, if at all.
It should be stopped now.
It's over.
It is.
Yeah, that's a well-stopped fight there.
You know what's fascinating? That man, Roger Mayweather, saw it before anybody did. He turned to Richard Steele because he saw it in Rivera's eyes, and it was too premature for even Richard Steele, who's, as we said, is the prime official, to really see it, and we certainly did. But Roger knew that there was a vacant look in Rivera's eyes. Really, in that case, not a show of bravado, a show of sportsmanship by Mayweather.
Absolutely.
Even though he followed it up with a show of bravado with the fake bolo punch.
I'd be interested to know what Roger Mayweather said to Richard Steele.
There's the right hand.
And he's just looking at Richard Steele saying, aren't you going to step in here?
Looking again.
And you can see now what Roger Mayweather saw.
And then he will fake after this, he faked that bolo punch, and Richard Steele stepped in and actually stopped him from doing it. Oh, those are good right hands by Mayweather. And Joe Rivera, a very tough guy, but when you're taking shots like this from a strong puncher.
Yeah, you're right. It absolutely was an excellent show of sportsmanship by Roger Mayweather, and here's how it ended.
Mayweather never loses control of his game plan. That's the beauty of him. Now you could call that a slip, but you shouldn't, because it was a delayed reaction from the punches. And the bad cut would likely have stopped this fight anyway.
Let's make it official with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Richard Steele reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 51 seconds of the 5th round. The winner by knockout victory, former two-time world champion Roger, the Black Mamba Mayweather.
So an impressive comeback performance for Roger Mayweather against the game, Joe Rivera.
Coaching point. There had never been a knockdown before, or knockout of Joe Rivera, but Roger said he's never been hit by the Black Mamba, and that was true. You nailed him with some amazing shots throughout this fight. It looked like he wasn't going to go out, and he didn't go out too easy until finally one of those right hands got him.
Yeah, well, I can see that he was hurt, probably a little better than the referee, but the referee got to do his job. And so when I seen him getting hit flush, I knew it was a matter of time. But he set him in with a good jab and come over the top with a right hand. So
let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look, Roger, where you felt like he was hurt. What did you say to Richard Steele there?
Well, I was waiting for Richard Steele to see was he going to step in and stop the fight, or do you just want me to keep on beating the guy? We're not in there to kill one another. This is a competitive sport. So, you know, once you see a guy hurt, what you try to do is, you know, you're a human being first and the fighter second. So that's what I was in that case. So when I hit him in the right hand, it was a matter of this time.
We pointed out that it was a good show of sportsmanship on your part, and you're right. You're not in there to kill the guy. You're in there just to win the fight. I think, though, that it was tough to tell whether you saw it in his eyes. It was tough to tell that Rivera was hurt because he was coming forward to you. So it was kind of difficult to say. Anyway, your right hands got to him. You've got to feel very pleased coming off the Chavez fight that you could put together such a perfect technical performance.
Yeah, after coming off the fight with Chavez, I've been laid off 8.5 months. Come back and take a fight with Joe Rivera, a world-rated fighter. So it was good for me. But the main reason I wanted to do this, and my mother wasn't here tonight, but she'll be here on Sunday, and I wanted to give her a good show before she comes. So all the people back in Michigan who supported me get a chance to see Roger Mayweather back in action.
Real quickly, what's next for you?
Well, I want to fight the winner of Hector Camacho and Vinny Paziano. If not that, Murray Taylor and Chavez again.
All right, both of those are good ideas. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Roger Mayweather, well, Hector, Vinny, if you're watching, here's a guy that wants to fight the winner of your fight.